We'll wait for a few folks to come in. I don't even know what I'm doing tonight, but I have a few things on my mind. You notice right here, I'm sitting next to this scooter to show you the peanut scale of it. Okay? This is Tia's scooter. Should we make this thing run? It's been sitting for about 2 years. Should we do that? Or should we? We can do a valve adjustment. Everybody wants to know how to do a valve adjustment on a Get. First, I'll show you how to get to the valves on this guy. And then we'll finish it off by doing the actual valve adjustment on the table. Or, check it out, the new light. The new light is sweet. Or, we can just dive in to the Honda Spree. 1985 Honda Spree. All right, so what do you guys want to see? Do you guys want to see me repair a scooter that's been sitting for 2 years? Or do you want to do a valve adjustment? Let me read some comments. Dan Wing with a new subscribe. Appreciate you, man. Make it run. Okay, the Spree. Okay, we got the Spree. So far we got the Spree. Roy Walls comes flying in with $5, a freaking super chat. Thank you, Roy. Appreciate you, dude. Spree. Everybody says Spree. All right, we're going to do the Spree. We'll do the Spree, and then next week or something we'll do the valve adjustment. We got the Spree in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look, you will see a 1985 Honda Spree that is in mint condition. Not really. You got a little bit of rust there. How many miles are on this beast? 1,287 miles. Got a little bit of oxidation, but it should still run. It ran 2 years ago. Not very good though. Uh-oh. We're not going to get very far if we can't open this up. Oh boy. Okay, 10 mil. Of course. Thing's barely on there. I think those are 10s. Yep. Damn, I got to be able to get under here. Hopefully I can. Try to get up under here. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Get the rack off here. There's no battery in here. I should try to start it, but I'm going to pull this cover off the side first. Unplug these. I don't think I needed to remove this. It's been a while. I kind of forget, but I'm going to take that off. And that just swivels and comes off if I remember right. Yeah, like that. There's a little fuel valve under there. That needs to come off of there because it's holding the two halves together. So, got to be careful of these plastics because they're like freaking non-replaceable. Okay, carburetor. All right, I'm gonna look at how tiny this little intake is. Little itty bitty intake. I'm going to try to put a battery in it really quick. Oh yeah. Let me try to spray some carb clean in this thing. Little carb cleaner in there, open up the throttle. So by spraying carb cleaner in your carburetor like that, you're bypassing the carburetor completely. Whew. Got to be careful too when we spray this ether in there because we spray too much. Yeah, we're gonna need a carb clean. If we spray too much, it burns really hot and could burn up the engine. So the thing about these little teeny carburetors is they clog quick, but 2-stroke carburetors don't clog as quick as a 4-stroke, since they are they've got oil in them. The oil likes to kind of help out with that. These wobble head sockets are nice, and you can put an 8mm on there and see how it kind of wobbles. It's kind of cool. So then if you come in at an angle like that, that's the ticket. This little guy can come off, and this is a slide right here. I've got the choke already disconnected. No, I don't, but I did. There's the choke. There's our carb. There we go, pop that loose. When you say give it gas, you're not actually giving it gas, you're giving it air, which is then giving it gas. That fuel looks like horrible. So we're probably gonna have to drain that. Pull this off here. Oh, there it goes. Carburetor in hand. I'm gonna set this down. And then this fuel. Ooh, that's like pure oil, actually. It's not even fuel. Damn, this fuel is either really bad or really freaking oily. It's really oily. I'm gonna open the float bowl. Ooh, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Ew. Ooh, can you see that? And then we've got our needle here. That works just like a flapper in a toilet. So fuel comes in through here. This what I'm telling you right now works for every single carburetor. So fuel comes in through the top there, and it goes down into a float bowl, just like your toilet. You got your bowl up on top. This fills up, the float starts to go up, and then there's a plunger in there. Let me show you. That kills the flow. Looks like this. You see that? Little guy. So on this carburetor, the pilot jet is basically like this little hose. You can't replace it. Then you got your main jet down in there. Let me pull this. That main jet is going to be like 3,000 RPM and above, so basically all riding other than idling. And then the needle is going to be like the transition from basically cruising, little off idle. So there's our carburetor body. Everything's out except for our air screw, our pilot or our main jet, and then let me just start taking some of the stuff out of here. That thing doesn't feel good. I'm going to try not to have to unscrew that. I'm going to leave that in there actually because I'm a little bit messed up in there, and I don't think it's dirty enough to take out, so I'm just not going to mess with that. But I am going to take this air screw out. And then we're going to put everything into a little cage, and then I'm going to ultrasonic clean this carburetor. But this thing is freaking dirty. Holy crap. We're going to be using this thing, the ultrasonic cleaner. So I've got this little basket. We're just going to put everything in there, all the little small parts. It's like a for tea. Drop her in. Scramble our brain. We'll let that cook for a minute. Anybody have any questions? That wasn't much of a teaching, that was more of me doing stuff. Is that thing, that scrambler, it's really loud. Can you guys hear it? Can you even hear me? So I'm going to try to drain this gas into open that. This has a vacuum operated fuel valve on it, which means, let me show you guys something. See that fuel valve? So this thing's full of gas. but no gas will come through. And I also have, if you notice, I have a valve on there, which is definitely not necessary. If the fuel valve breaks, which I think we had problems with. But what happens is, see this purple line underneath there? Once there's suction on this, it allows gas to come through this line. So instead of a fuel valve like that, you have a vacuum operated fuel valve. You notice it's flowing now when I do that. So now the gas is flowing, so that's cool. So we're gonna clean the tank out, clean the carburetor, put a new battery in it. Should be ready for the road. Just down to the nitty gritty. It stinks, so. Will somebody Google for me how big a Honda Spree gas tank is? Will somebody Google that for me? So if I fill this thing all the way up, I know how much to mix. Did you Google it? 2.5 liters, 0.66 gallon. All right, thank you, Raul. So a little over half a gallon. So that means we do 32 to 1, there's 4 ounces for every gallon, so we'll do like 3 ounces. So 32 to 1, every 4 ounces of gas gets, every gallon of gas gets 4 ounces of oil when you're doing 32 to 1. So we've got almost a gallon, so I'm going to do 3 ounces. 3 ounces of oil. Hopefully without spilling. Pretty damn close right there. So I've got this sink. It's like this crappy sink. It doesn't have a drain. This is the drain. Right here. You just flop it outside. Last year, the freaking mouse crawled through there like it was a goddamn pet hamster freaking tube. Came through here. I turned the sink on. There's a freaking mouse in here. It scared the shit out of me. So here's our stuff. I'm gonna I'll just reach in there and grab it. See how good that does, that sonic cleaner? This thing was horrible. This is where we want to spray big time. Looks like our pilot jet. Looks like our main jet, and then we want to get our air screw. Okay. Put this sucker back together. So I want to make sure you can see light through there, which I can. And hopefully this one's difficult. This is like our pilot. Everything seems good there. Put this choke back on. I won't screw that down all the way. Okay. There's that. Spring. Where are you at? We don't know what this is going to be set to, so. I'm going to go in all the way and then pull it out 2 turns. Lightly seat it. It's always a good reference on a place to start. It's probably going to be more like half a turn whenever I'm done. Now, our float. Here's our float. Here's our needle. See how that sits in there? And we've got our pin. And we've got to be really careful when we put that in that it stays in its spot. There we go. Oh yeah. Alright, so that's in there. We could put our little float on there. Float's looking decent. Lines up with that hose there. O-ring seems okay for 1985-ish. Some of this stuff I would do a little more thorough, but I'm doing it live Okay, carburetor. Oh yeah. So when we install this, we got the O-ring. We want to make sure the O-ring we don't go O-ring to O-ring, like that O-ring to this O-ring and flip it over on top of each other. So we don't want to do that. And then we got to line up our throttle here. There we go. I think we're about to be a runner, you guys. I'll leave this off of there for now because I want to get it going first. But we need to put our fuel on there, like that. I see it going in. I'm going to spray a little ether in here. And then I'm going to try to fire her up. Okay, let's try it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Turn the idle up a little. We'll adjust the air screw just slightly. Oh yeah, folks. Let me get this thing on. All right. Well, let's see if it will go. So, gotta fix that really quick. There's no hose clamp on there for one. That's part of the problem. Ooh, I think it's leaking from the actual fuel valve. Yeah, it was leaking from the actual fuel valve. See if it's leaking now. Okay. I think we're done dripping gas, so. Oh yeah. Crank these down. Yeah, so this thing went in like that or something. Ah, there we go. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Now I got a huge mess on my hands. Yeah, you guys. Yeah, you guys, we're gonna be doing chopper builds next week in this episode. So come on down and we're gonna learn karate and chopper builds. Have you ever had a swift kick to the side of your face? What do you think if I wear that around? Fuck, just like cruising around on my scooter. Oh, well, hell, you guys. I guess I'm gonna get out of here. Jeff, appreciate you. Darth, Monkey, Kaloon, Lagmeister, Danny, who else? Raul. All you guys have parents that are assholes. Because you're the shit. See you guys. The video that you just watched was filmed live. We do a lot of lives. Every Friday we'll do a live. Some of them are step-by-step how-tos. Some of them are just chit-chatting, things like that. If you enjoy stuff like this and you want the raw feed, because once we go live, that raw feed will go into a private collection for my members only. If you want to become a member, I'll put a link down below. I appreciate you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.